You say yes to plans you don't want to go to. You say yes to favors that eat your whole Saturday. You say yes when a guy at work asks to borrow $40 you kinda need for gas. You say yes to helping someone move a couch when you already told your body you'd rest that day. And every single time, something in you gets a little smaller. You tell yourself it's fine, it's just one favor, it's just one night. But add up a year of those nights, and can you even remember what you actually wanted? You think you're being a good guy. Are you, though? You're not being good. You're slowly fading, one favor at a time, and nobody around you even notices, because it looks like kindness from the outside. Today I'm going to show you why saying yes to everyone is really you saying no to yourself. Not in some fancy way. In a real, this is costing you your life way. And then I'm going to show you what to do instead, starting with the next text you get asking for a favor. Here's what most guys think the problem is. They think they just need to get better at saying no. Like, it's a move you learn, like a jab, like a line in the gym. They go online looking for the perfect script, some smooth line that turns people down without making anyone upset. They think if they just find the right words, the guilt goes away and the whole thing gets easy. Some guys even practice it in the mirror or write out a text 5 different ways before sending it. They treat it like a wording problem. Pick better words, get a better result. That's the whole plan. And it feels smart because it feels like you're doing something, like you're finally acting instead of just caving again. But is that really the problem? You already know how to say no. You say it all day to things that don't matter. No to a second plate of food. No to a movie you're not in the mood for. No to taking the long way home in traffic. The words are not hard, you use them all the time. What's hard is the second right before you say it to a person. When you picture their face drop, or picture them getting annoyed, or picture them thinking you're selfish, that's not a skill you're missing. You could have the smoothest line ever written saved in your notes app, and you'd still fold the moment their voice changes on the phone. So chasing better words is chasing the wrong fix. The problem isn't in your mouth, it's somewhere else, and it's been running the show for years without you ever naming it. Here's the real reason you say yes to everyone. You are scared that if you say no, they will think less of you, walk away, or get upset. And you won't be able to sit with that feeling. So you pay them off instead. You pay with your Saturday. You pay with the $40. You pay with the 2 hours you could have spent training or sleeping or working on something that's actually yours. It feels like kindness in the moment, but it's fear just wearing a nice shirt. Think of it like a budget. You only have so many hours and so much energy in a week. Every yes you give someone else is money leaving your account. So what happens when you keep saying yes out of fear? Your account runs empty before you ever spend $1 on yourself. You end up tired, behind on your own goals, and quietly annoyed at people, but you can't even say why, because on paper you were just being nice. That's what this does to a guy over time. It doesn't wreck your life in one day. It drains it slowly, one favor at a time, until you look up and see you've been living everyone else's week instead of your own. Picture this. Your phone buzzes on a Tuesday night. It's a guy from work, and he needs help moving a fridge on Saturday, the one day you had set aside to finally work out and cook your meals for the week. You feel that little drop in your stomach before you even finish reading. Some part of you already knows you don't want to go, but your thumbs move anyway, and you type, "Yeah man, I got you," before your brain even catches up. Saturday comes, you're sweating under a fridge with 2 guys you barely know. Your back is tight, and your meal prep never happens. Sunday you're behind, tired, eating gas station food instead of the meals you planned, and a little annoyed, but you can't even say at what. Now stretch that out. Say that happens twice a month. That's 24 Saturdays a year, almost half your weekends, spent on other people's problems instead of your own life. Nobody forced you into any single one of those days. You just never stopped to ask yourself, did you actually want to say yes? Now picture the money version of the same thing. A guy at work asks to borrow $40 until Friday. You had that $40 set aside for gas to get to the gym all week. You say yes because saying no feels rude, and $40 feels small in the moment. Friday comes and goes, no payback, no mention of it. You don't bring it up because now it feels even more awkward to ask for it back than it did to lend it. Do that once a month for a year, and you've quietly given away almost $500 you needed to dodge one hard sentence each time. That's the real math behind people pleasing. It's never one big loss. It's 100 small ones stacking up quietly while you tell yourself none of them mattered on their own. Here's what you do instead, starting with the next favor someone asks you for. The moment you feel that drop in your stomach, that's your signal, not a random feeling. Don't answer right away. Say, "Let me check and get back to you," even if you already know your answer. That pause alone breaks the habit of answering out of fear instead of choice. Then ask yourself one plain question. Do I actually want to do this? Or am I scared of what happens if I say no? If it's fear, that's your answer. You don't owe a long explanation. "Can't this weekend, I've got plans" is a full sentence, and it's true because resting and training are plans. Start small if the big ones feel too heavy. Say no to the extra plate of food, the hangout you're not feeling, the group chat plan you don't actually want in on. Each small no trains you for the bigger one, so when it really matters, saying it doesn't feel like the end of the world. Here's the shift you need to hold on to. You are not in charge of how someone feels about your no. You are only in charge of whether you're honest. When you say yes out of fear, you're not being kind to them. You're managing your own discomfort and calling it kindness. That's the part most guys never see. The favor was never really about the other person. It was about you dodging one hard moment and paying for it with hours or dollars you'll never get back. A real no, said early and calm, respects people more than a yes you end up resenting. Think about the guy who says yes to everything. Do you respect that guy more? You don't. You just know you can use him, and so does everyone else around him, even if nobody says it out loud. The guys people actually trust are the ones whose yes means something, because it was never a sure thing. Guard your time and your money the way you'd guard anything else you worked for. You can't build a life you're never home for. Every yes you give away out of fear is a piece of your life going to someone else.